Kansas City just made another top 10 list, and this time it's not just about our barbecue.
We're talking about one of the fastest growing cities in the Midwest for 2026 again, and the secret's getting out. In fact, we've had more calls in the last 3 months with people wanting to relocate to Kansas City than we've had in the past 2 years combined.
So if you're thinking about joining the thousands of people making a move to Kansas City this year, you're not going to want to miss this entire video because we're covering the 6 biggest reasons people are choosing Kansas City. And trust me, some of these are going to make you want to start packing today. Hey, I'm Max and this is Zach, and we're your local experts here in Kansas City with 20 years of experience helping people just like you navigate the Kansas City real estate market and everything that comes with living here in our city.
Yeah, and 2026 is shaping up to be a record year for Kansas City, and we're seeing people from all over the country choose Kansas City as their new home. And today, we're going to share with you the 6 biggest reasons why people are making that move.
And these aren't just things we're reading about. These are real reasons we're hearing directly from our clients every single week. So let's jump right into reason number 1. All right, Zach, let's start with probably the biggest one, and that is affordability. I mean, that's what we hear about almost every day, right?
Oh, absolutely, Max. I mean, affordability is probably the number one reason that people are flooding to Kansas City right now. With median home prices right around $320,000, that's like night and day compared to places like New York City or San Francisco.
Yeah, we just took a trip to Bentonville last weekend or 2 weekends ago and had a blast, rode some e-bikes down there and stuff. We stayed at a little Airbnb there in Bentonville and we were looking up the price and it was $1.5 million for what you could get in Gladstone for about $350, $400. So the amount of affordability here in Kansas City relative to even places just like Bentonville, let alone
3 hours away.
Yeah, let alone New York or the Bay Area is phenomenal. So whether you're a first-time home buyer or an investor, Kansas City is attainable.
Yeah, that's insane. And it's not just housing. Everything is cheaper here. Your groceries, your car insurance, going out to eat. I mean, you can actually go out to eat here and you don't feel like you have to take out a second mortgage.
I go out to eat all the time. But it's true. People are keeping their same salaries. They're working remotely. So you've got folks from the East Coast, West Coast with more money paying Midwest prices. And that means they're saving thousands of dollars, sometimes $2,000, $3,000 a month.
And what is everybody doing with all this extra cash? Well, they're paying off their student loans. They're building wealth by stacking cash into retirement, taking vacations, living life, enjoying life like it's meant to be.
Yeah, you can actually buy a really nice house in a great neighborhood for under $400,000. You get great schools, low crime, updated everything. Try doing that in Denver or Austin.
So the bottom line, if you're looking to stretch your dollar a little further and actually get ahead financially, Kansas City checks all of those boxes in 2026.
Are you thinking about relocating to Kansas City? Well, we've got just the thing for you. Our team has actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research. And we've linked it down below, from top employers, the best hospitals, and the highest rated schools, and a boatload of other information you're gonna wanna know before making the move. And the best part, boy, this guide is 100% free. That's right, you heard me right, 100% free. Just click the link in the description in the top pinned comment. Hope that helps. All right, so that takes us to reason number 2, which is economic growth and job opportunity happening right here in Kansas City right now.
Yeah, and Kansas City has a really diverse economy. We've got healthcare, tech, financing, logistics, manufacturing. I mean, you name it, we probably have it here.
Right, and we've got major employers like Cerner, which is now known as Oracle Health. They've been acquired by Oracle. Hallmark, H&R Block, Burns McDonnell, Garmin has their world headquarters here. The tech scene is really growing. There was just announced a $100 billion data center up by the airport. So it is growing, and Google, Meta, a lot of startups are here. It's popping up everywhere.
Yeah, Kansas City's been dubbed as the Silicon Prairie, so hold on, here we go.
Hold on to your hats.
So here's what we're seeing a lot of in 2026, and that is remote workers. Since the pandemic, everybody's learned how to work online, work from home. With all these Zoom meetings, you don't have to go into the office anymore, which allows people to relocate and work from anywhere.
Yeah, we're doing it right now. We're here in my home. Putting in the work. But no, it's true. We are using Zoom all the time, and the unemployment rate here in Kansas City is really low. We're looking at like 3.5% unemployment. And the salaries here, while they might be a hair lower than New York or San Francisco, when you factor in that cost of living, you're actually coming out way ahead. Making $80,000 a year in Kansas City goes way further than 120 in San Francisco.
And if you're thinking about starting a business in Kansas City, it's a great place to do it. Overhead is cheap, and there's a lot of the local suburbs have tax incentives to help you get started, as well as grants.
Yeah, being right on the border too of Kansas and Missouri, there's a lot of border wars that go on where they try and attract you to Kansas or Missouri. So, you really get to take advantage of that as a business owner.
So definitely worth looking into those local municipalities to find out what perks are offered for entrepreneurs starting new businesses.
All right, Zach, let's talk about reason number 3, and that is a big one for families. That is quality of life and how friendly Kansas City is.
Oh yeah, this is something that we hear all the time from our clients, especially the ones with families. They're like, wow, we can actually afford a house with a yard. Our kids can go outside and play. The public schools are amazing, and we're not stuck in traffic for 2 hours every day going to get the kids, going to work.
Yeah, you're right. The schools here are excellent. You've got Blue Valley, which consistently ranks one of the top in the entire country and the best in the whole state of Kansas. You got Shawnee Mission, which is really great, Park Hill, Lee Summit. Here where I live, Liberty ranks top for sports and academics. There are a lot of great options for public schools.
And the communities here are really tight knit. We got neighborhood pools, community centers, there's parks everywhere. In fact, Kansas City has over 1,200 acres of parks. And they aren't just swing sets. We're talking walking trails, fishing ponds, playgrounds, there's sport fields, there's trails around the lakes, several different lake systems. I mean, it's the whole deal.
Yeah, watch out, Bentonville, because Kansas City's on your tail with them trails. And the traffic here compared to major cities is a joke. We have an excellent highway system that goes around Kansas City. We talk about it all the time with 435. Now, rush hour can be a little tricky. It might add 10 to 15 minutes to your commute, but it's not gridlocking yet. It's not like LA or DC. You might get bogged down a little bit here and there, but for the most part, you're 30 minutes from anything you need to be at.
Yeah, not to mention there's like 6 ways to get to everywhere. So if there happen to be a jam somewhere, there's lots of ways around it.
Yeah, you can go around it, you can cut through it, and go above it, below it.
We got the highways for you, baby. Yeah, and you can pretty much get anywhere in Kansas City within like 30 to 40 minutes. So that means more family time, more time for your hobbies, more time to actually enjoy your life.
Now that is if you like your family. Otherwise, maybe you want to live in LA and be stuck in the car by yourself podcasting or something. But as for me and my family, I want to be with them because there's a lot to do here in Kansas City when you're with your family. You've got the Kansas City Zoo. Downtown, there's the Science Center where there's a Legoland Discovery Center. Worlds of Fun is a blast. There's also Oceans of Fun. It's kind of a combo ticket. You can go swimming or roller coastering. And the kids are not going to be bored here in Kansas City.
Yeah, so what you should probably do right now is pull out your calculator, type in 260 times however many hours you spend commuting every day, and see how much of your life you're wasting sitting in the car. And it's super affordable too. You can actually take your family out for the day of fun and not spend over $500.
You can spend a lot of money when you're out and having fun. Things are getting pricier every single day, but I think that goes across the board for the whole country, and Kansas City is less expensive on that curve.
Hey guys, it's Zach and Max here with the Mojo Real Estate team, and we love making these videos, but there's one thing that we love even more, and that's helping people and families from all over the world move to Kansas City. We've helped thousands of families over the last 26 years in business, but you don't have to take our word for it. You can see what our clients have to say with over 750 5-star Google reviews from folks just like you. So whether you're moving next week, next month, or even next year, you can reach out to us anytime. Our contact information is on the screen, and we've also got it pinned in the description below. And we look forward to chatting with you about your move to Kansas City.
All right, Zach, well, let's get into reason number 4, and that is the food scene. We said that we weren't going to talk about barbecue, but we can't go without mentioning barbecue. And my favorite thing to do is eat. So let's get into the food scene here in KC.
Oh man, so everyone knows Kansas City is famous for barbecue, right? Well, we're famous for places like Joe's Kansas City. We've got Q39, Jack Stacks, we've got Gates, and the list goes on and on and on.
And the barbecue here is legit. It's not like down in Texas where it's all...
Watch out, you're gonna get...
Yeah, we're gonna start some barbecue wars here, but it is slow smoked, it's perfectly seasoned, it's fall off the bone delicious. But here's the thing people don't realize, it's not just the barbecue in Kansas City. We have an incredible food scene with all kinds of local cuisine, Italian, sushi, Mexican, Vietnamese, Ethiopian food. We've got a great Ethiopian spot down in the River Market that we love to go to. So you name it, Kansas City has it.
Yeah, and a lot of these restaurants are James Beard Award winners or nominees. The culinary scene here is really taking off, and we've got a lot of craft beers. I mean, they are phenomenal. We've got Boulevard and tons of smaller craft breweries.
Yeah, if you go down to the Crossroads, that's one of the meccas for the culinary scene. A couple I'll mention is Corvino, and then Boulevard down there is a local brewery that's been here forever that's phenomenal. But you also have KC Beer Company out in Brookside, Waldo area.
Cinder Block in Northtown.
Yeah, a lot of local brew pubs, local restaurants that are really good. So come check it out. Yep, speaking of those local areas, the culture here is really cool too. We've got the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art, which is world class. They have a Thomas Hart Benton exhibition that is phenomenal, and it's free to go there. So it's a great fun thing to do. Head on down to the Nelson. You've also have the Kaufman Center for Performing Arts, which is not free, but is a world-class space to go watch ballet, opera, or symphony.
I actually watched the Goonies. The Goonies was playing on the big screen, and they had a symphony down there playing all the background music that was incredible.
Yeah, so live music everywhere. You've got Grinders down in the Crossroads. It's a great live music venue. And then they're building a huge new amphitheater down in Riverside by the current practice stadium. So there's going to be some even better venues. You also have Starlight, which is a classy venue right down by the Kansas City Zoo.
Sandstone, it'll always be Sandstone to me. I don't know what they call it now.
Yeah, I don't know either. But that's, the new venue is going to probably hurt their business because nobody's going to want to drive clear out there any longer.
Yeah, and Kansas City has a rich jazz history here. Charlie Parker and Count Basie got their start here. And you can go down to places like 18th and Vine, which is our jazz district, and catch a show almost any night. In fact, I love going down there. There's a place called the Blue Room. And you pop in there and you're sitting down having a drink at the table, and there might be one guy up on the stage playing the piano, and then 5 minutes later, some guy walks in, sits down at the drum. The music never stops. He just joins in. Then you got a guy with a guitar that walks through the door 15 minutes later, and before you know it, you've got this 5-piece band, and it's amazing music right there in downtown Kansas City.
Yeah, I love that about jazz. Just the improv aspect of it is fun. There are also some great improv places around Kansas City and comedy clubs and all kinds of stuff. But if you're into sports, which we do talk about from time to time on this channel, we do have the Chiefs, believe it or not, and my homeboy. We also have the Royals, Sporting Kansas City. The Kansas City Current is huge. It's actually the first women's stadium that was ever built in the world only for women. So there are a lot of women's sports things popping up. They prioritize women's sports. It's a sports bar called the W that one of our teammates, Chanel, went to for a networking event. So
The Dub.
awesome. The Dub, yeah, the Dub, that's what it is. If you're passionate about sports, then Kansas City is an excellent place to be. And if you've never been to Arrowhead Stadium on game day, it is absolutely electric. It's full of smoke and everybody, doing their tailgating out there. It is amazing, a great experience. So if anything, just come visit and come to a Chiefs game. We'll buy some tickets and do a tailgate and take you to a game. It's a ball.
Oh yeah, and when those Chiefs win the Super Bowl, the energy in this city is insane. With the whole city comes out for parades. This happened with the Royals too, where the whole city gets involved, and it's absolutely incredible.
Yep, 5 out of the last 6 Super Bowls, guys. I'm not trying to brag, but it's the high likelihood that we're going to be there. So if you can't beat us, join us. But, all right, Zach, so let's talk about reason number 5, and that is Kansas City's centralized location, which is one of my favorite things about it.
Yeah, this is a huge advantage. Kansas City is centrally located right in the middle of the country, so it's super easy to travel for business or for pleasure, which I prefer to travel for. You can get to almost any coast within 3 hours. You can be in Mexico sitting on the beach within 4 hours with your toes in the sand. And the flights are cheap because they're short flights from the middle of the country.
Yeah, we've got Kansas City International Airport, which is really from Liberty, where I live, is about a 10-minute drive. Brand new terminal, it's amazing. Lots of connecting flights direct flights that we didn't have before because they're making connecting flights in Kansas City. But you can fly direct to places like New York, LA, Florida, direct flights, it's super convenient.
Yeah, and the airport's only like 15 to 20 minutes away from the city center, so you're not dealing with long hours and long drives to the airport. I mean, for the most part, when I land, I just call my wife and say, hey, the wheels just hit the tarmac, and she leaves the house, and by the time I'm walking out the door, she's sitting there scooping me up at the gate.
And if you prefer to drive than fly, we're about 3 hours from St. Louis, 3 from Omaha. We've got about 9 hours to Denver. I don't know how many hours to Chicago. I don't really go there too often, but we'll go to Bentonville. I think we just did that 3-hour drive, 2.5 hours to the Lake of the Ozarks. It's a great place. We just cruised down to Wichita for an event that was a 3-hour drive. So you can really navigate. How far away is Nashville? About 8 hours?
I've never driven there. Well, I guess we drove through it once in high school.
Yeah.
Senior trip.
That's
a story for another time.
Yeah, we don't need to get into all that. But yeah, Nashville is pretty close, which I love. Texas isn't too far away either, so being centrally located. In fact, we go up to Canada quite a bit for fishing trips, and it's a long drive, but it's doable. I think you can be in Minneapolis for like 9 hours. You know, being centrally located is a huge advantage.
And being centrally located is great for businesses too. I mean, that's one of the reasons we have such a strong logistical industry.
That is true. And time zone wise, which is something you don't always consider, being central time has a big advantage. So if you're working with people on the East Coast or the West Coast that are a couple hours ahead or behind, being right in Kansas City is nice. And it's great for primetime TV as well. Those people on the West Coast that have to stay up way late for prime time, kind of feel bad for them. But here in Kansas City, central time, baby.
Made in the shade.
All right, now for that question of the day. For those of you thinking about moving to Kansas City, where are you going to be moving from, and what's the main reason you're leaving your current city or state? We are truly curious, so make sure to let us know down below. Also, if you have any questions or thoughts, you can leave those in the comments down below, or even better, text, call, or email us. Our information is on the pop-up on the screen. All right, Zach, let's wrap up with reason number 6, and that is growth and opportunity happening here in Kansas City right now.
Yeah, Kansas City's right in the middle of a major growth phase. We've got development projects almost everywhere. Downtown is getting totally revitalized. We've got new apartment buildings going up, new condos, new restaurants, and new businesses everywhere.
Yeah, right now, major companies are investing in Kansas City. That new airport terminal was a big deal. The Buck O'Neill Bridge being rebuilt. We're really unlocking a lot of infrastructure improvements across the city, and it's a sign that the city is poised and committed for future growth.
Yeah, and the population's growing every year. We're seeing thousands of people to move to Kansas City every single year, and that growth is bringing more opportunities, more businesses, and more amenities for everyone.
Yep, and the Kansas City real estate market, which is our specialty, is really healthy. It's steady, it's predictable growth. We don't get out over our skis. Home values are set to appreciate about 3 to 5% next year, and that's right on average with what we see year over year. So if you buy a home here, it is a solid investment.
Yeah, looking ahead in 2026 and even beyond, all the signs point to continued growth. You got major companies expanding, infrastructure investments, people are moving here, and the momentum feels real, and it is.
Yeah, when you just combine all 6 of these reasons together, the affordability, the job market, the quality of life, food and culture, the central location, and the growth opportunities, it's pretty clear why people are choosing Kansas City for 2026. So if you're thinking about making a move here in 2026 to Kansas City, you're really making a smart decision. You don't have to figure out all of this stuff on your own.
That's right, we've helped hundreds of families make this move, and we know the neighborhoods, we know the schools, we know the market. We can even help you find the perfect place for your budget, for your goals, and for your family.
We're not just gonna sell you a house. We're gonna help you understand the whole lifestyle and make sure Kansas City is the right fit for you.
Yeah, and we offer free consultation calls. You can reach us a number of ways. You can call the number on the screen, you can shoot us an email, you can shoot us a text, you can even schedule a Zoom call, and all the links to all that information are down in the description.
And if you want to learn more about Kansas City, make sure you subscribe to our channel because we're always putting out new videos about different neighborhoods, market updates, and everything else you need to know about living here.
That's right, so check out our neighborhood tour videos where we're boots on the ground, and we'll put a link in the description to that one.
All right, that's all for today. These are the 6 big reasons why people are moving to Kansas City in 2026. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.